It says we're live.
Hi, this is Dominic Keating. I played Lieutenant Malcolm Reed on Enterprise, as you probably know, and you are listening to the NX 7062 podcast. Enjoy.
Yes, it is the NX 7062 podcast. We're live. We're here. And I get to say we. It's a trifecta of horror tonight. I have got my guest Randy Frank and the one and only Nicole DeBoer. Yay!
Hello, yay!
So we can all discuss horror because I haven't been in horror movies, but they've been in horror movies, so we get to talk about horror movies. And I'm so excited because it's Halloween. And this is what we do for Halloween. And just because we were talking about this before, this was the last time I ever did a Halloween party. And this was part of my costume, so I thought in honor
Parties,
of...
guys. Remember parties?
That looks great.
Oh, I know. Remember we could actually all be together and hang out and eat and drink and dress up.
I know, and like talk this close to each other and not give each other, you know, diseases. Well, I guess
let's go to Australia.
Oh yeah, poor Australia, man. Poor Australia. They've been in like a serious lockdown for a long time. Time.
But isn't it
numbers
working?
Are so low.
But now they have nothing.
Numbers are teeny tiny. But so just real quick, because I always like to talk to mention Disco since it's on. I don't know if Nicole, if you watch Star Trek Discovery, but it was awesome, and I just love.
I do.
Georgiou.
I'm behind.
All right, well then no spoilers. I'm just saying I love Georgiou.
Yeah.
She's probably my favorite character.
Yeah, please.
But that's all I'm going to say then, because no
She's
spoilers.
Amazing.
No spoilers. She is amazing. Oh my gosh.
No, please don't tell me. But she is so cool. She is amazing.
She died. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't make her mad, because if she leaves, I'm blaming you.
I was kidding.
All right, so look, we've got Magic
Are
Lab.
you caught right up?
Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
We are. Some of us
What?
watch it the day it
okay.
comes out to avoid spoilers. Just saying.
Because people are ridiculous.
Right. No, that makes sense.
They're
But
terrible.
I know people be ridiculous.
They be
Oh.
posting them spoilers.
I know. I learned that lesson way back with True Blood, where somebody I was friends with posted something and spoiled an episode of True Blood for me, and I'm like, that's it. I just have to start watching it. Like, I was one of those people like to savor it, maybe not watch it right away and wait. And then the first time something hugely got spoiled for me, I'm like, just no, I can't do that anymore. Look who's here!
Okay. Oh, yay! Hi, guys!
Hi, Raymond! We've also have Magic Lasso joined us. He's a fan of your kitty headphones. And as always, hello, Robert. So glad to see you.
Hello.
Oh, and Domestic. Look at this. The gang's all here. This is so exciting. Please, dear God, no.
Say that.
If that happens, I say we all get tested for COVID and then move into a commune somewhere where we
Can we just live on the Star Trek cruise ship? Like, just everyone get tested so we know we don't have it, and then just live on the cruise ship forever.
Oh my gosh.
That would be awesome. I know Nicole's been dying to do the Star Trek cruise
for once. Yeah, that would be nice. I've been dying to do it.
We need to get you on
it.
the boat.
Me too.
Travis, hello, Travis.
I'll get there.
Yeah, totally.
I know Travis is a big Nicole DeBoer fan, so thank you for joining us, Travis. So we are here to
Hi,
talk.
Travis. How are you?
We're not here to talk about COVID or our wishes for Star Trek cruises. We're here to talk about horror movies.
Yes.
Yay! The love. Oh, Magic Lasso says he'd live on the Love Boat. There you go. He's just very nostalgic, that one. But for those of you that might not know, Nicole, before she was doing the whole DS9 thing back in the 90s, she did two amazing horror movies. Cube, which was an amazing psychological thriller, and Prom Night 4, which I think was a little more campy than horror. But you did mention Jamie Lee Curtis. It was like you were giving a nod to the.
No,
they were actually
not.
There was a toast to Jamie Lee.
Yeah.
In Prom Night 4. I was like, "Aw."
There was
look
toast.
at this.
We're in our limo. We're in our limo, and yeah.
But yeah, for those of you that don't know, Jamie Lee did that first prom night movie freaked me the hell out. I remember watching it. It was just really freaky when you realized that it was the twin brother. Spoilers.
The first one was that one I did see. It was really freaky. Yeah, totally. I loved, so they were all a little different. And then the third one I thought was really cool. It was all like 60s and everything, and it was kind of fun. And then ours, Prom Night 4, was like just total B horror movie, or C. And it was non-union. We did it all non-union, and
oh wow.
Yes, which meant you got to.
And we were doing our own stunts because it was non-union.
Right, because they'll just don't care.
Yeah, we were kids. We're all like 20, and
yeah. Of course, you just do it. Yeah,
and the producers were like, "So listen, do you think you would want to do? You want to jump off the roof? Do you want to do the fire stunt? Set yourself on fire? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I do.
Awesome. You know, there's a reason you have unions.
Right. That is true.
It was super fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I hope everybody watched Cube, because yes, I watched it over the weekend, like I promised. Because I mean, I didn't know about the Cube until 2019, back when we did that convention in Albany, and a friend of mine had wanted me to ask you a question about the Cube when I talked to you there. And I'm like, what the hell is Cube? And he said, what? So I did. I asked you about it. And then, of course, you yelled at me and I had to come home and watch it. You shamed me into watching it. But it was so good. I
didn't yell at you.
No, you didn't yell at me. You were like, how could you not have watched it?
I thought you might like it. So it's like, what?
I thought you might like it. You should watch
it. I did. I loved it because to me, the psychological horror, the people on people horror is scarier to me than like the Michael Myers. I just merely made a
suggestion.
Nicole doesn't yell at anybody. You're right. You don't yell.
True.
You were just incredulous that I hadn't seen it. How's that? You were just like,
you should see it. It was a gentle nudge.
It was gentle nudge. But yeah, it was Saw before Saw, because it was putting normal people into very stressful situations.
Yeah.
And forcing them to work together.
Or not, if this is the case, maybe.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, and that's what I really liked about it, was like the complete breakdown. It's like in the beginning, the cop, he's like, I'm a cop and I'm going to get you through this. Mm-hmm. And then he's the one that completely did the 180 and just turned into like the evil person in the whole thing. Like he was probably, yeah. So talk to us about Cube. How did you get the role, and how stressful was it, and all that fun stuff?
Cube came out of the Canadian Film Centre up here, which is a big school up here for film, for directors, producers, and so people get accepted to go to that school. And at the end of the year, there's the producer's track, the director's track. And then they choose someone's work, the writer's track. So they chose Vincenzo Natali's script for Cube, and he got $250,000 to direct it, to turn it into a film. Wow. And he had already done this really cool short called Elevated. Ooh, I can't believe I'm forgetting this. But it was very similar because it was this scary short piece. A woman gets into an elevator and there's a man, and it's really claustrophobic and scary. So it's kind of taking that concept, and he went with Cube, which is, 5 people wake up, they're trapped in this cube. They don't know how it got there. Very existential. And so he got awarded, the chance to make this film. And so they had audition. I already had connections with the CFC just from working with other directors there in their workshops and stuff. And so it was an audition, and went and got the part. And I was really, really excited about it because I was excited to work with Vincenzo and be part of this film that came out of the Film Center. and it's such a small budget, but I really think that what he did with it is incredible, because it's really just all his vision, and then the lighting and the camera work, and just like you say, I love those. It's just the people, the interaction with the people. It's more like I like Hitchcock stuff, I like things like that, psychological, thriller, horror. And so I was really excited to do it. But it was, we shot it in just a few weeks, like 3 weeks, 2 weeks or something.
Wow.
Super low budget. All the actors were just in like one room as a, our green room, go change a room. And, but that made it fun too. I don't mind those situations if it's not for too long and, it's camaraderie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I do it now as much, but depends on the situation. It kind of adds to what you're creating. So we shot that, and we did get special effects were donated, which made it look like it was even higher budget, and those were core, and I believe William Shatner owned that, if he doesn't still own that.
Wow.
And that's where we got all the special film really cool. Yeah. So it was a great experience. It was very claustrophobic. And
So there was only one cube room?
I'm
physically?
done talking. Yeah.
Randy.
There was only one. Oh, okay.
And then they just kept changing the lighting, and you guys just kept climbing in and out of the one room.
Right. Huh. Cool.
But what I wanted to,
yeah, that's right. It was 16 by 16 room. That was it.
Wow.
Wow, and that's actually the dimensions I think they used in the film. They said that your character was like, yes, it's 16 by 16. You had to do all that fun little math stuff and figure out like how many rooms were in the cube.
And she was.
Yeah.
Not you, but her character was a total bitch when she was measuring the room. She's like, will you move out of the way so I can measure? She couldn't have like stepped to the side and kept measuring. She's like, get out of the way so I can measure the room.
I think at that point, everybody was just done being nice. Like, that was the whole point of it.
It was true.
Just so everybody knows that the ticker at the bottom, this is
You're there in that weird underwear with these strangers, and it's like, come on, like,
it's true.
You don't need to be nice.
That's true.
Just so everybody knows, the ticker on the bottom is just like a little cross section of all the Star Trek actors that have done horror that I threw up there. So in case anybody's wondering why there's a bunch of names are going across the bottom of the screen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're in there somewhere, Nicole.
There's lots
They're the winners.
of people.
Ding, 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 ding.
They're the winner! Yay!
There she goes. but no, I just found out William Shatner actually has one that he did. It's called Devil's Revenge, and that just came out last year, and it's with Jerry Ryan. So.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I have that on my Hollywood, my Star Trek horror movie to-do list this week. I always like to watch. I have started a tradition with myself. I just watch like my favorite horror movies on Halloween.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this year, that's what we all got to do,
Yeah, exactly. This year, what else is there to do? So I put together
that's
like
a good
little
tradition.
Yeah, I put together a little binge watch. I was gonna save Cube for then, but I figured if I'm having you on the show, I should probably watch it before.
Watch it before, yeah.
Yeah.
It was Scott Bakula too, apparently.
Oh, Scott Bakula did one? That doesn't surprise me.
That's what Robert
Did you
says,
watch the other ones? There was sequels. Oh.
I didn't watch the sequels. Why would I watch those? You weren't in them.
Yeah, I was gonna say you weren't in it, so what's the point?
Good answer.
That is what killed me. I was so excited. I thought you were going to be the brunette that survived at the end, and then nope. Just no. Oh, somebody knocked down. The problem with having animals.
Spoilers.
Oh.
My pumpkin is just falling over. Because talk amongst yourselves. No. I have animals, so nothing ever stays like where it's
in the
supposed
same
to.
place.
Yeah, I've given up.
Technical difficulties.
Right.
Yep. All right. So I guess the question is, I mean, you guys were in a really stressful situation. I mean, the script was very stressful. You're climbing in and out of these rooms. I mean, as an actor, is that stressful for you? Was it hard, like when you were done, were you emotionally and physically exhausted during, at points during that shoot?
Oh, for sure. At points, for sure, because it was so claustrophobic in there. Then if the scenes were heavier scenes, and a friend of mine passed away right at the beginning of filming that too. So that was kind of, I remember, hard. But we still managed to have fun. It was funny, depending on the color. I've said this in interviews before, but depending on the color of the room, because the room's colors, so like white and then a blue and a red, it really, affected your mood. When it was like white, it was sort of easier to sort of function. And then when it was red, you definitely felt a little more aggravated and weird. And when it was blue, we often broke into like 80s songs like we'd seen in 80s videos.
That's so
Blue
fun.
just did that to us.
Well, that's a good way to relieve stress. So Randy has also done horror, because it
was like Tainted Love and stuff like
that. Oh my God, yay!
All right, wait, so Randy did, it's called The Peripheral. Is it available for people to go see, or? It's
not. No, it's not. The trailer is up on YouTube, but the film itself hasn't been distributed yet, so it's not anywhere.
So for you, Randy, what was it like to do a horror movie? I mean,
it's weird. Like, I don't know what people think about it, but it's very weird. I had a couple of scenes where I had to cry, but it was like a close up. So there's no camera that sits across the room and can see it and is super close to your face. So when you have a close up, there's a camera in your face, and I don't think people realize. But I had to sit in that chair and stare at a piece of green tape on the side of the camera lens for 8 hours, and it is terrible. And you have to be scared and be hyped up and be all of these things, sitting in a chair staring at a piece of technology. So it is weird.
So you guys have both done horror and obviously other things. Do you find horror to be a more difficult type of
filmmaking?
It's true.
Well, every has its own challenge, I think, and with horror, I mean, it's the quality of I won't say that because everything's sort of different, but I think it can be physically more challenging, and also it depends on the tone, because there's all the tones of horror, and you have to know, everybody has to be on the same page with the tone. Is it tongue-in-cheek? Is it straight up horror? Is it dark? Is it arty? You know what I mean? So that's important too. And because you can elevate stuff, but you've got to know what the tone is. And then for prom night and stuff, that was mere, you're exhausted because we're shooting all night. It was cold and it was weird. You're screaming and they're putting you, doing stunts and, stuff like that. So that part is hard in a film like that, I think. And then, you're having to do special effects and do over and over again, or, get it right the first time because the budget's so low, you can only get this gag, 1 or 2 times. Yep. There's that sort of stress to get a gag done. You know what I mean?
Is there any comparison you can draw
or set
between
someone on fire and you can only do it once?
Yeah, exactly.
Then they're dead.
Oh, yeah, Catherine Hicks. All right, Rob. The conversation that's going on in the others, they're all like naming all the people that I forgot to put in my little ticker. They're all, everybody is chatting. Like Catherine Hicks. How could I forget Catherine Hicks from Star Trek 4 was Chucky's mom. So, we've got a question for Randy.
Oh dear.
From Magic Lasso.
Right. Oh my God, I can do it. I can do a good Chucky, by the way.
Oh.
All right, Randy, let her do Chucky, and then Randy can answer.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Did you want to do Chucky? I know there's a little bit of a delay. Did you want to do it?
Hey.
Yes.
Oh, that was kind of it. No, I used to just do his face for my friends because I had that little freckly face.
Oh,
yeah. When I was younger, I looked a lot more Chucky.
Now I'm not going to sleep. That's great.
So, Magic Lasso wants to know, Randy, how many crying
Yeah, you're
takes,
welcome. You're welcome.
How many crying takes did you have to do, Randy, for your scene for the
All of them. I don't remember how many takes it was, but like it was it was like 8 hours, literally just 8 hours of doing it because they had to do different shots and like the camera was here, the camera was here, the camera was here, the camera was like, and so it was just over and over and over and over and over. I can't even, I lost count of how many times I had to do it. It was terrible. But you know. And then there was more crying after when like the lady like
I
picks
heard
me up
they
and
just
shakes
asked
me and I
you
had
to
to
take
start
a
crying.
sip of water in the scene, and then he just started crying. He started crying for 8 hours. And they were like, he's still crying. I don't know.
I don't know why.
Just shoot it. Just keep shooting it. I don't know. It'll be good. We'll edit it. We'll edit it somehow. It'll be great.
Fix it in post. But yeah, that's the real story of what happened.
Well, I have to admit that I asked you, Nicole, to come on because I knew about your two.
I want to see that now.
I'll send it to you.
I asked you to come on.
I want to see it.
Oh my gosh, this delay is killing me.
I know.
Oh my gosh, this delay thing has never happened before. Of course, it has to happen now. This is killing me. Okay, so Nicole, I asked you on because of Cube and Prom Night, but as I stalked you tonight on IMDb, I found out you've done actually more horror stuff. I knew about Dead Zone, which I know isn't really technically horror, but it was Stephen King, and you did the Dead Zone TV. But you've also done done some Outer Limits, and you did Poltergeist: The Legacy. Is horror in TV different than horror in film?
Well, yes, because it's just that cinematic feature in film, right? If you're going to go for the horror, now people watch so much at home, but like you think about watching it in the big screen and it's scary and it's big and it's more cinematic. I mean, I guess these days I haven't done horror recently, so I don't know, but that stuff that you mentioned certainly felt different to me doing those than doing horror movie. You think about popcorn and being scared, and I still think about being in a theater watching that, when you're doing a movie. The other stuff on TV didn't feel that way to me. Does that make sense?
No, it does. It totally makes sense. Although when you've done the TV stuff, and I messaged you about this because I literally stumbled across one of you did two, but I stumbled across the one episode of The Outer Limits that you did with Harry Hamlin. And it's always must be, at least it was fun to do, running around and being scared with Harry Hamlin, right?
Yeah. Oh, Harry's lovely. Oh my goodness. Harry Hamlin is so lovely. But I felt really weird about slapping Benson. Robert Guillaume, may he rest in peace. That I did not like having to do that at all. But I don't remember it being that scary. I guess it is. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I you know what? It's so funny. It was one of those things where I'm just like clicking around and I'm like looking for something to watch just for like a half an hour. And I'm like, oh, whatever. I like The Outer Limits. The Outer Limits is spooky and I'm into spooky and like click. And then I think yours was like the first face I saw. I mean, I was like halfway through the episode, was like half over. I went, wait a minute. I think I know that person.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, look, it's Nicole. I do know her.
Right.
Yeah, and then there was the whole Harry Hamlin thing, and I'm like, oh, god damn it, she got to work with somebody else really hot.
Right. Yeah, I did 2 of the cool. That's more sci-fi feeling, though.
Yeah. Well, I think what I like about The Outer Limits and Twilight Zone, even though they're scary, there always seems to be some sort of morality to those, even if they're scary.
Right, exactly.
Which I think it's interesting that even horror, which you wouldn't necessarily,
I love the originals.
Yeah, but you wouldn't think that horror or something like that would have like a lesson to be learned at the end after you've been scared, and then like that voiceover comes on and you're like, oh wow, I actually learned something, or they were trying to tell me something, and there's a message to go along with it. But I also have to ask you Forever
totally.
Night.
I'm not someone who loves to be scared. Oh, yeah, okay. Forever Night.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about Forever Night.
Was
the vampires. What?
Okay, I'll try to remember. I'll try to remember.
Look, I'm sorry I put you on the spot. I was just so excited. That was one of my favorite shows when it was on.
I know I was in it.
And done.
And done. All right, moving on. Do we have any questions from the audience for anybody? I see you guys are like, seriously, they've been talking about.
I didn't have a huge partner. Where do you see them talking? I don't see the chat.
You don't see the chat?
Oh, really?
On the side. Normally you see like a...
No. Can guests see it? Randy? Randy knows a little bit more about StreamYard than I do.
And they should be able to see the comments, yeah, for sure.
Nicole, look on like the side of the screen and see if there's a little button that says comments.
Okay.
Yeah. It's turned on. You can also flash them on the screen.
Yep, things like hello from Chase and Alberto.
What?
So we say hi back. In fact, we were just talking.
There we go.
You can see them.
Now turn up your internet so it works better.
Yeah, I know. This has never happened before. This is terrible. I feel terrible. But we were actually just talking about Chase Masterson before the show started.
It could be mine dragging it down. I don't know.
That Canada internet.
Yes, for those of you that don't know, Nicole is up in Canada. She is filming.
It could be.
Season 5 of Private Eyes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When do you have any? Is season 4
so far,
out?
So good.
Yay! I haven't seen it down here in a while. It used to be on Ion Television, and I don't know if it still is.
It's coming out. As far as I know, it's still on Ion. It's just that it's behind a bit down there, and then they were behind in putting it out this year because of COVID. So season 4 is coming out November, like 2nd or 4th up here. So then it'll be later on, like in the new year or something.
Oh, okay, cool. Travis, season 5 is filming. Travis wanted to know, but so 4's in the can, and 5 is filming now.
Right.
Yeah, so season 4 is the one that's coming out, and Travis, I don't know where you are, but yeah, hopefully the US, hopefully Ion will be putting it up soon. I also know you can get it on Amazon Prime because that's where I first started watching it.
Oh, hi, Travis.
All right, what else?
Right.
So I want to make sure, like I said, like the entire conversation on the side, everybody was talking about horror movies and they were embarrassing me because they were talking about all the people that I forgot to put in my little ticker.
That's fun, though.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, so Nicole, do you have like a favorite genre that you like to film? Like, sci-fi, obviously horror, do you have like a favorite that you like to do, or is it just everything's too different to compare?
Musicals. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that to anyone. Comedy.
Comedy.
So fun.
Oh, like as in, I don't know, Kids in the Hall.
I do enjoy comedy. It's not easy. It's kind of tough to do comedy, but it's super fun. And I mean, I love doing dramas too, and I actually really love sci-fi. I enjoy it. I'm comfortable in space. I think it's cool. I like wearing a uniform and try on different outfits every Thursday night or Friday night when I'm tired and want to go home from a long day. I like just having one uniform.
That makes sense.
Oh, that's true. It does make things a lot easier if you don't have to think. They're just like, here, just wear this again, and you're like, yay.
Yeah. Oh, good. Thanks.
Okay. Yes, I will do that. Well, I know. There's a lot of people out there that would love to see like a Captain.
That's
Esri
just me. I like to dress up, but like I like acting in my pajamas. It's the best. So I do my best work that way.
It is so true.
Okay, hold on. We got to get back to this whole thing. What was 3-year-old you doing watching Kids in the Hall? That's what I want to know.
What? 3-year-old you watching?
Oh no!
Oh wow.
No, Kids in the Hall is one of the things I came into like pretty late when they started showing reruns down here, and I just fell in love with it. I always thought of it as like the Canadian Monty Python.
Yeah, they're great. They're hilarious. Those guys are brilliant, and that was so fun working with them. When they were just young, starting out, it was really like a moment in, and I'm so I'm so happy that I got to be part of that.
Yeah, I think the first weekend that we met and you did your panel talking about, like, you were talking about, like your first days on set at Star Trek and everything, and I'm like, yeah. But then the minute you mentioned that you worked in Kids in the Hall, that's when I lit up because I'm such a fan of Dave Foley's, and the fact that you worked with Dave Foley was like to me more important than DS9.
Now, has Dave done a horror movie? I'm trying to think if he has. I don't know. He would be good in one of those like movies, like a Get Out type of film.
I could see him doing something with like Simon Pegg, because Simon Pegg's done some really good horror. Like he did Shaun of the Dead, which
Shaun
of the Dead was really good.
Yeah, I could see Simon and Dave doing something really good together.
Oh, of course, Shaun of the Dead. That's a really good idea.
Somebody should put those two in touch with each other. And then I want 10%.
Make it happen.
Oh my goodness, this delay is killing me.
It was fine at the beginning too. Like I don't know what the heck.
Twilight Zone.
I don't know. I know.
I know.
has never happened on any StreamYard, anything that we've ever done, Nicole. I just have to tell this story because I think this is just so funny.
Oh my goodness.
Nicole did my podcast. Like, Nicole was the first Star Trek celebrity I had on any of the podcasts that I did. And that was back like when I was just doing audio, and it went so well and we had so much fun. And it was also my the longest podcast I had done. And I get done and somebody tells me, they're like, you sounded like a chipmunk the entire time.
I can do it.
And there was something wrong with the audio on my end. And Nicole sounded perfect, and I sounded like 2 octaves too high.
Oh, no.
And I thought, well, this is going to be great. I'm going to have Nicole back on, and we'll do this again, and it'll all be one. And now somebody's having technical difficulties again.
What a mess.
All right, so this is a question from Domestic.
Why? Why?
I guess the first question is, Nicole,
I don't know what that is.
That is an episode of TNG. I don't know. Have you watched Star Trek: The Next Generation?
Aw.
All right, Randy. I think Nicole, when you get back to California, I think when Nicole gets back to LA, I think you need to sit down and have a viewing party with her so she can watch that particular episode.
Yes, absolutely. I'm happy to watch it with anyone, anytime.
Well, I'm coming, so save it. I'll watch it with you when I get
there. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. For sure.
I haven't watched it yet. I've been threatening to watch it. For anybody that doesn't know, I'm heading out to LA, hopefully for New Year's Eve, seeing how all of this.
Are you going to LA?
Yeah, for New Year's. I'll be there for a week.
Oh.
Randy's letting me couch surf, so.
Oh, wait.
For sure.
Yeah, so I see some Sub Rosa in my future.
Oh, yes.
And maybe wherever Nicole is, we can do a virtual viewing party.
Sounds like a date, you guys.
Don't worry, it's not serious. We're still getting married, Nicole, so I can move to Canada.
Yeah, and like I said, Chase Masterson.
Up, mister. It's a long passport. All right.
I have a job.
What's that Sandra Bullock movie?
Oh, yeah. The Proposal.
Yes.
Yes.
I said Chase can perform the ceremony. So since Chase Masterson's ordained, we'll just make this big Star Trek wedding. Okay, here's a good question from Domestic.
Oh my gosh, guys, I can't hear anything anymore.
Oh my God. Yay, internet.
I wonder if it'll work. Maybe I'm pulling the whole thing down.
It's hard to tell. I don't know.
It's Canada doesn't even want to be streaming with the US at this point.
I know. They're scared the COVID's going to come over the wires.
Nicole, do you want to log out and log in again, maybe? Do you have time?
I know. It's true. Yeah, watch how much better it gets now that I'm and Trudeau is, not allowing. Okay. Do you get rid of me, or do I get rid of myself? There I go.
I don't want to. If I kick her out of the studio, can she get back in?
Yes, it's not like Zoom.
Bye.
Okay. Please come back.
I can play the trailer for my horror film.
Oh yeah, why
while
don't
we're
you do
waiting.
that?
Would you like that? I mean, that could be interesting, right?
Yeah, because you and I are fine. So.
Right. It's just gonna be a YouTube link, but you can see it at least.
Fine.
As you watch the pendulum, allow my words to wash over you. As you breathe, allow your body to sink comfortably into the chair. Each word I utter will put you deeper and deeper into a profound state of relaxation. As I count down from 5, you will drift into a peaceful state. 5. Your body is beginning to relax. 4. Your mind is starting to let go. 3. I see it. It's here.
Yay!
There you go. Yay!
Yay! That looked very scary, but now nobody else can go see it because it's not anywhere.
I know. Sorry, it made the festival rounds a few years ago, but we've never gotten distribution anywhere for it. So
That doesn't mean it couldn't happen.
I mean, I have it, but yeah.
I want to answer this because I just watched. There's a 4th season episode of that, or I'm sorry, 3rd season episode of Enterprise that has literally Vulcan zombies in it.
I don't remember that one.
They're in the Expanse, and the Vulcan, they find a Vulcan ship that T'Pol used to serve on, and
oh, okay,
and they had all fallen victim to the Trollium. They had all, like, Vulcans can't handle Trollium. They have a weird reaction to it, and it drove them all crazy. But by the time the Enterprise showed them, or got to them, they were all looked like, I just saw it the other night because the whole thing was dark. The ship had like minimal anything. So they're all walking around the ship and the flashing lights, but the corridors are dark, and these Vulcans, when they jumped out, was just like flashes of light. So yeah, it was very zombie Vulcan looking.
I don't remember that. Yeah, I mean, I've seen it all, but I guess it's been a while, and I don't remember that one. I'll have to go back. That sounds fun. Yay! It was super fun to do.
That was how long ago was that? I mean,
that was a few years ago. That's when I was fat and had no beard.
Yes, it was Impulse. I think Travis wins.
Great.
Very good. Thank you, Travis. I've always said that I don't remember episodes. I'm really bad with episodes.
I'm so bad at episode names, except for Sub Rosa. No, I'm so bad at episode names too. Like, people are always like, "Hey, remember?" And they'd say the name of it. I'm like, "No," and they're like, "Static Warp Bubble." I'm like, "Oh yeah, of course, I know, yeah."
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I ever told this story here. I might have. I'm not sure, but I'm going to tell it again just because we're trying to fill up some time. I seriously, unless it's like one of my favorite episodes of something, I don't remember titles.
Yeah.
So
that one is Remember Me, by the way, but
right. But now that you've said that makes sense. Yeah. So I was in STLV last year, and my friend and I went to go talk to the Enterprise crew. I have a friend that's another Enterprise fan. I'm like, "Oh, you want to go talk to Enterprise people?" So we're at Anthony Montgomery's table, and he was selling autographed scripts. I'm like, "Oh," and so I saw it. I'm like, "Oh, the Communicator. That was a good episode. That was funny." Malcolm left the Communicator on the planet. That one's kind of obvious, though. The Communicator in the plot was literally that he left a communicator on a planet they had to go back and get.
Oh,
they
right.
poisoned the society, which they did anyway.
Sure.
So Anthony does the thing. He's like, oh, I don't know. It's just a script. I'm like, no, I get it. You don't, remember everything. You were, I said, that's okay. I said, I'm not one of those weird geeks that like knows the title to every single one of your episodes. It's just that one's kind of obvious.
Right.
So he had an 8x10 on his table, and it had a scene of all of them standing by a grave site in suits and dresses, not in uniforms. And somebody else, I don't remember who, somebody came up to the table and said, oh, what episode's that from? And I went, oh, A Night in Sick Bay. And Anthony looks at me like, you don't know all the episodes. I was like, crap.
I mean, a couple, but like, yeah, some people know like all of them.
It's like, I don't know all the rest of them. Just so happens
Right.
it's like these two.
It's like two, right? Yeah. I'm the same way.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I mean, there's a lot of episodes of Enterprise that I don't know the titles of, but it just so happens that those two were two that I know. And A Night in Sick Bay was the one about with the dog with Porthos almost died. So that one.
Oh yeah.
It was, it had its funny moments, but the whole point was that Porthos got sick.
Yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah, so that was a good one. So yeah, it was kind of cool to see them all in like regular clothes. So
yeah, that's true. That's always funny. They did that a lot in TNG. Well, not regular clothes. It was more like period clothes. But
yeah, well, they didn't have a holodeck on the NXO one.
Right.
So Randy, I know you had done that haunted house thing for your friend. How's that going?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. If anyone is in LA, please come by and see it. It's still going through the first weekend of November. It is going really well. We've had like people come and like from far away to come and see it. Like it's crazy. So it's at my friend's house. It's not, so I can't like just walk outside. I have to go over there if I want to talk to people that are coming to see it. But it's been going really well. We've had lots of people come by, people like driving from not out of town, but like from Long Beach, and now
Long Beach.
Get mad at me, I know. Yeah, but people like driving up to see it. It's really, really good. I'm really proud of us. I just did the microcontrollers for it, and my friend is the one that like actually built the physical like parts and everything. But I designed the thing that runs the show and like makes the like ghosts pop up and like they talk and the lights flash and the fog machine and whatever. So it's super fun. So if you're here, if anyone's out in LA, it's called Rotting Hill Cemetery, is the name of it, and we have an Instagram and everything.
I had to make a choice because Domestic asked me last week, and I'm not sure if he ever really actually got the answer. Oh, by the way, did I put this up because this was funny?
Amen. I'm on all the Canadian dating sites right now.
But I had, because I didn't get to go to LA and Vegas this summer, because I was going to go despite STLV getting canceled.
Right.
But those plans got sort of completely canceled. Thank you, COVID. So I really didn't want to wait until August to see all of my LA-based people because that's way too long to wait. So I decided I could either try and do a hurry-up trip over Halloween, which getting dog sitting probably wasn't going to happen. So hence, I made the decision to come out, and I'm going to be spending New Year's Eve in LA.
That'll be so much fun.
I can't wait. I don't care what we do. Like I said, like I told you this, like if I have to sit with you in your house and just watch Sub Roasted to ring in the new year, I don't care.
It may be that. I mean, I don't know what's going to be open. So like, especially like for like New Year's Eve, because it's going to be hard to, you know, because everything is going to be a crowd. So you can't do that. So I don't know how it's going to look or whatever. But
as long as the airport, as long as LAX is open so that I can get into
There
California.
we go. There we go. For sure. Yeah, for sure.
That's all I care about. But I can't wait because I'm starting to like get an affinity for LA. I'm starting to kind of love LA. So.
We'll definitely get some champagne.
There we go. I don't know.
That's easy.
Yeah. What's everybody else like doing for the holidays? Like there's no STLV wasn't going to happen. I mean, so many people were complaining that it was happening too close to the holidays.
Yeah. And that was all. I mean, I feel like all of that was just insurance and whatever anyway, them dragging it out for so long. Like, I don't,
Right. Well, I
or
also
and
think
logistics, because like literally the day that they announced it was closed, they announced the new one that has nothing to do with CBS. So obviously they were planning and they knew way ahead of time that it was not going to happen. They just didn't tell us yet.
Well, my personal theory, and I can say this now that the thing with CBS is out in the open. I really think that they were trying to do one last CBS sanctioned convention.
Sure. Yeah.
And the beginning of December was as far out as they could push it without really knocking into the holidays. Like, but they didn't have a choice. It was 2020 or bust as far as the CBS thing is concerned.
Yep.
So I think, but I mean, and I thought about it. CBS didn't back out. CBS, they don't have the contract with CBS anymore.
Yeah, it's just when the contract ended, so there wasn't any like thing. It's just that's when the contract ended.
Yeah,
so.
It's like CBS has decided that they don't want to continue with creation.
Yeah,
and yes, yes, I am flying. Otherwise, there was no way I was going to get dog sitting because it would take me way too long. And yes, I am okay with flying because I have my Be Kind merch masks to wear on the plane. So I will be wearing my Be Kind masks that you can get at bekindmerch.org. Look at us vamping. I'm not sure Nicole's going to make it back, but
I don't think she has, the poor dear.
I know, but we'll just stay here and vamp. It's okay.
I'm going to send her my movie. She can watch it over her bad internet.
Yeah, obviously it was her because we're doing fine.
I know. And it was so funny because we were talking for like 15 minutes before the thing even started and it was totally fine.
Yes, I know. It's just maybe it's them. Maybe it's just everybody else that's here that threw it off.
So weird.
In the audience. Blame Canada, remember?
Blame Canada? Yes, I do.
Yes.
I do.
You know, my favorite part of that was when they said, and that bitch Anne Murray too, because I cannot stand Anne Murray.
That's hilarious.
And I don't think that Seth MacFarlane likes her much either, because besides that, there was actually an entire episode of South Park not South Park, Family Guy. Oh no, wait. Okay, no, never mind. I'm getting my things crossed. South Park was Blame Canada, the bitch Anne Murray too,
yes.
But then Seth MacFarlane on Family Guy went after her too.
Oh, wow.
There was a whole episode with Stewie and Brian going to go see her in Canada.
That's funny.
They tracked her down. Yeah, it was great.
Not super popular.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah. So yes, I'm okay with flying because I'm going to be wearing my mask. And CBS, yeah, they just so Creation's doing with, if anybody has ever gone to a Creation event outside of Las Vegas, this is what they do. All of their non-Vegas events were non-CBS sanctioned. The 50-year mission, all of their anniversary events, except for the one in Vegas, were not sanctioned by CBS. So, because I went to the event where I met Nicole was a Creation New Jersey 2016, and they called it the 50-year mission because they weren't allowed to use the word Star Trek.
Right.
So, and Travis, please don't.
Wow.
I can't stand. Anne Murray's a Canadian singer. She was big in the 70s, but I can't stand her because she did a cover of Daydream Believer, which sucked. And ever since she like dared to encroach on my monkeys. And I think Randy, you'll understand that.
Totally. I have a few of their records, like vinyl records from the 70s. Yeah, so I'm with you.
Yeah. Oh, Magic. Oh, yes. Okay.
I'm sure I know who she is, but I can't even picture her either. So I'll just leave it alone.
I know this only.
Oh no, I do know who she is. Yes, I know.
Snowbird. She did Snowbird. I know this because the 80s on 8 on Sirius, whenever they do like a 1980s countdown, they have played it. Daydream Believer came out in 1980. Her version.
I do know her cover. Yes, I know what you're talking about now. Yes, I can hear it. Yep.
And it was really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Domestic. All right, hold on. How many people are allowed to marry at one time? Possibly for the current issues, Canada should increase the number of spouses.
I agree. Or just let us move there.
can all be denobulin. We can all just say we're denobulin and we need to have like 3 and 3.
Right, that's fine. Or,
And-
just, safe harbor, like, help me, please.
It's like, I speak French. I can move to Montreal.
I don't speak French.
Travis, I love you for saying that. And I would like to hope that you're going to tell me that this mistake was because of your autocorrect, but the monkeys, the group, it's 2 E's, not EY.
We'll assume it's an autocorrect fail.
We will
fine.
assume, because we like you, that it is an autocorrect issue. So,
but you're right.
Yes, that was one of the reasons that I have stayed friends with Randy this long, is because I found out that he was a Monkees fan.
I totally am. We can listen to the records when you're here.
I have an original pressing of More of the Monkees that I found at my grandparents' house that
cool.
I guess at some point belonged to my aunt, because my dad said it wasn't his, and I don't like my aunt, so I said, I'm taking it.
There you go.
And a couple years ago, I was lucky enough to get it signed by Mickey Dolenz.
How cute!
So I have Davy's autograph. I have Mickey's autograph. Unfortunately, I couldn't get Peter's, and I met Michael Nesmith, and I shook his hand, but at the time I couldn't afford his autograph, so I don't have his autograph, but I have met him. So let's see what
cute.
Creation held the 25th anniversary in LA in 91.
91.
CBS wouldn't have been involved. They didn't own it back then. It would have been Paramount, I think. Back 25th anniversary had to have been Paramount. Back that far.
Gotcha.
Yeah, CBS just recently acquired the rights to Star Trek. Right, Randy? I don't
know.
I don't want to be accused of talking out of my behind, but
I don't know. I'm bad with that stuff too.
Oh, this is funny.
Oh, cool.
Oh, awesome, Robert. That's the wrong one, but that is so freaking awesome. Mickey's sweet.
Serious autocorrect.
Yep. I'm surprised that Magic Lasso still has that phone. All right, so it is getting up to 11, and I know Nicole was only going to be able to join us for the hour, so we've been vamping, hoping that she'd come back, but she did at least answer, hopefully, your questions, and we did get to chat about her. We could blame it on the Ghosts in the Machine. Isn't that a movie?
Yes.
Ghosts
in the Wires is a Kevin Mitnick book. Free Kevin for any hackers out there.
Oh, there you go. Look, Robert fact checked me. Thank you.
Fabulous.
I love that. Isn't he really changing their name to Paramount? No, but they are changing. CBS All Access isn't going to be CBS All Access anymore.
Oh my God! Now what?
Oh, I don't know. I posted this a couple weeks. I think I even posted this on Lambda Quadrant. I posted. Oh yeah. By the way, I do Lambda Quadrant social media. Oh, I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, they're changing it to something else. They're changing the name to something else.
Why?
I don't know, because
why do they keep doing that?
I don't know. But anyway, guys, thank you. From falling over pumpkins to bad Canadian Wi-Fi. I appreciate you guys all coming out. Halloween, yay! I'm so excited.
Have a good, safe, wonderful Halloween.
Everybody have a wonderful, safe Halloween. Like I said, I watched Cube ahead of because of the show, but Hollywood Kills and Dark Harbor, because Connor and Dominic are on my list for Halloween.
Of course.
And definitely sometime this week I have to check out Devil's Revenge, because not only does it have Jerry Ryan and William Shatner, but it has a couple people from Days of Our Lives in it, so that was kind of cool.
Interesting.
So I will let everybody know what I think of that one. Everybody be safe. I know nobody's really going to be doing much for Halloween, but whatever it is that you're doing, have fun. Try to
absolutely.
And hopefully by New Year's there'll be more fun stuff to do, and because I actually have.
Hey, let's hope. Yeah, right.
Yep. And if you're not following the Lambda Quadrant, you should, because we have a big announcement coming up.
We do.
On Friday.
We do.
I know what it is. All right, guys. Everybody, have an amazing night. It was good to see you. Thanks for hanging out with us. And you know what? Live long and prosper.
Hey, this is Connor Turner. You've been listening to the NX7062 podcast with Stephanie. Enjoy your evening.